Roxy here. We wanted to share with you a new series coming out that we are doing. It's called Galactic X, and it's all about extraterrestrials, UFOs, and life beyond planet Earth.
It's certainly a topic which I'd been interested in before, but I never really had experienced anything around this. You know, I like the movies, the documentaries on it. I was kind of interested in it, and I think I got that from my mother. I remember growing up, Mum used to kind of be into the UFOs, and there was this books. Whitley Strieber did this series, and I used to sometimes be talking to her, and she's like, "Oh, I can't go to bed. I've read too many books," or whatever. She'd freak herself out. It was all funny, and I kind of never took it seriously. And then when I have had experiences deep in meditation of images of different beings come to me, and you kind of think, is it just movies warping in with my mind? And I try to explain it logically. And then the more it's happened, and as I've sort of meditated more, as I've changed my diet, worked on myself, elevated my consciousness, it happened more and more. So I wanted to set the scene by saying, this is something which we were like not particularly into at all. When we first met, whenever we like chatted, looked at information, we weren't watching alien documentaries or Disclosure or ETs, or we weren't those sort of people. We're aware of it. You kind of weren't into it at all.
I was scared. I was pretty scared, like thinking that there was ETs or aliens out there. I actually was like, but yeah.
Yeah, and that was back before you'd worked on yourself.
That's right.
Fears, you had all sorts of fears.
I had all sorts of fears.
So look, this is where this series has come from. So this whole idea is, we were aware of it. We started working on ourselves, not for that point at all, for nothing to do with that. We just started working on ourselves because we weren't finding fulfillment by making more money, going on more expensive holidays, and we realized that this hustle life, work harder, push yourself, build things, thing doesn't end in happiness. It doesn't end in fulfillment and a sense of purpose. And there might be an arbitrary, and I'm giving back to a charity. But really, inside, are you really giving back and understanding yourself and your place? Why am I here on this earth? What is my purpose? Like those deeper things we wanted to explore. So as we went into that and started working on ourselves, you guys know that the whole process. Well, first you got to release the density. So you got to, all the stuff that holds you back, you clear that away. So we did all that. We worked on the emotional injuries. We worked on the childhood, cleared that up. Okay, what are we going to do now? All right, now what we're going to do is try and connect to higher self, awaken our intuition, see if we can connect to source, get more downloads, understand ourselves better, become more in a state of love and peace and compassion and kindness, have our soul start to expand, realize that divinity is actually within us, not something outside that we've got to search for. I'm giving you the summary of our awakening process really quickly.
So that's what we thought we were going to get.
Yeah.
And then beings started coming to us.
Yeah,
and
it's like
talking to us.
It's like, oh, hang on a sec, that's not my intuition, my higher self. Roxanne more than me, but it has happened to me. I've had things happen, healings happen to me, things happen in breath work, and even just as recently as like a week ago, I had a powerful experience in breath work. If you don't know what breath work is, simply lying on the floor, doing a certain breathing technique in a pattern, and all of a sudden you can trigger emotions and get release and get connections to your higher self, and etc. Well, lots of things can connect because as your vibration goes up, as you raise your vibration, as you become more aware of yourself and within, and the things and the thought patterns and the feelings and emotions that go along with that, with your brain being in that gamma state, then the things that you're able to connect to are of a higher vibration as well. And this is what happens for you a lot in your meditations, right?
Yeah, so generally I get the downloads now in meditation when my frequency has been lifted up to a gamma state of frequency, and sometimes through the day I'll get a download just when I'm relaxing, when I'm at that, in that zone of alpha and gamma frequency brainwaves. So it's really interesting. So we started getting visitations in those meditation states and messages, downloads from extraterrestrials and from ships and crafts, and thought, hang on a second, this is too weird. We've had some instructions and some information for galactic peace and helping humanity raise their frequency for higher consciousness. And ETs and galactic worlds are all included in this journey of ascension and spiritual awakening. It's nothing to be afraid of. Pete and I aren't afraid. We've dropped a lot of density in terms of fear, stress, anxiety, old limiting false beliefs in our subconscious, and now we are free of them, and our channel is open to receive download information from other beings in the universe. And so this is how Galactic X has come about. And we started filming back in April this year as instructed, and we've done just like a little blog of our experiences. So we hope you really enjoy the series. We are taking that leap of faith forward and sharing this. It is a little bit crazy. We understand that, but we believe in life beyond planet Earth, and we are just excited. We feel good about it. We feel excited. We feel like it's the right thing to share this message and try and help people raise their vibration, elevate their consciousness, and be free of the chains of fear and worry and stress in those lower density places. So here we go.
Well, for me, certainly when the New York Times put out that article of the footage from the Navy showing unidentified objects on their radar, they showed the fighter planes following these ships. You heard the footage of the voiceovers of the pilots just going, oh my God, these things aren't of this world. This is crazy. This is amazing. I researched into it a whole lot more. ABC America did a whole series and stated that in 2019 alone, there was approximately 6,000 reported UFO sightings. So that's just the ones reported. And of those, 20% of them went into this category of being worthy of serious investigation. I mean, that's huge numbers of people coming forward and having cell phone footage and having like really good accounts and stories of sharing these interactions. And what we're very aware of is that this whole topic doesn't get turned into something which is then twisted and turned to mean that it could be something that people need to be afraid of and something that is scary. And there are agendas around the need to keep the military running in terms of, defending us against the bad guys. This idea that there are bad people, now bad things out there, and we need to protect ourselves, and we're not going to do it. They are going to do it,
With your money.
With our money, those people. So this is the military industrial complex. One of the biggest industries in the world is the military and is defense, and they have vested interests in keeping their funding flowing in because, hey, at the end of the day, tens of thousands of people get food on the table from the military. So I understand all of that, and I understand that some people go to a place of fear when they go, what? There might be something else. They could be out to get us. Yeah, it could be that. But if you work on yourself and you bring your vibration up and you realize that the sort of people who are getting these downloads, doing these channelings, that are having a lot of these encounters are often higher elevated people. And as your elevation goes up, as you raise your consciousness, so moving out of 3D and density and moving up into the higher rates of vibration, then you start to realize that it's logical that there's a whole lot out there that we can't see or we can't hear. There's other realms, other dimensions, things that vibrate at a higher level. We've done videos before on that, on how the rate of vibration influences how you perceive the world. So guys, this is a bit of background for this series in terms of how it came about, what the idea and the purpose of it is, and how it ties in with spiritual awakening. Because if you work on yourself and you work on your condition, if there is disclosure and if information starts to come out from authorities more and more about this topic and about sightings and things get more and more commonplace, particularly with the interest in SpaceX and that whole program, this is going to be a topic where more information will cross the path. And we want to encourage and educate people to not necessarily go to that place of fear and, oh no, what could go wrong? Let's trust them out there to try and fix it all for us and keep us safe. That's just old programming, and we've got to learn to rewire how we look at what's going on in the world around us and own our own security and power. And that's what Galactic X is going to help to uncover for you guys, right?
Yeah. So, we didn't realize that this would actually really be going live this year. We just were parking the videos. So, and they're just, they're a little bit dodgy, and, it's Pete and I being fully raw and with our findings and our experiences. So we really hope you like Galactic X and us sharing our vulnerable side of ETs and light beings and UFOs. And we'll keep updating this series as we have more and more experiences. And we just hope this message finds you well and you can resonate with where we're coming from. And we wish you a beautiful journey, and we'll talk to you again soon.